Hello, this is Billy Joe Saunders, WBO middleweight champion of the world. Subscribe to Sporting Icons to stay in touch with all the top news. God bless you all.
Right, so according to the two boxing insiders, Mike Coppinger and Michael Benson, Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders is 95% complete for May the 2nd in Las Vegas, and it will be officially announced this week. So that would be absolutely fantastic. Now, that's what I want to see. I want to see Billy Joe Saunders in a big, big fight. Is Billy Joe Saunders as good as what he says that he is? We've seen Billy Joe Saunders absolutely school fighters before, none more so than David Lemieux. But his last couple of performances haven't been great. But maybe Billy Joe is one of these kind of fighters where he fights to the level of his opponent. Maybe that's the case. Now, when it comes down to it, I'm happy about this fight because for me, I've always wanted to see Billy Joe versus Triple G for quite some time. No idea why that hasn't even been spoken about recently. No idea whatsoever. So the next best one for Billy Joe is Canelo. Now, I give Billy Joe more of a chance of defeating Canelo than what I do Callum Smith. I think stylistically, I will give Billy Joe Saunders more of a chance to defeat Canelo. Not to say that Callum Smith couldn't do it, but honestly, I feel that for whatever reason, Joe Gallagher, he doesn't seem to get his tactics right when it comes to the big kind of fighters. So I don't know, is Joe Gallagher, is he in it for the money? Is he just not technical minded when it comes to the big name opponents? I don't know. But when you look at Billy Joe Saunders, he's okay to travel. He's okay. He feels very at home traveling. He went to Canada and took on David Lemieux. And that's all well and good. Now, for me, I never really wanted to see Callum Smith versus Billy Joe Saunders. I know that was a backup option. I was never really interested in that. I wanted to see Billy Joe versus Canelo. Now, Billy Joe isn't just going to be fighting Canelo. Of course not. He's going to be fighting the judges as well. He's going to be fighting the referee and, of course, the promotional team of Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. So that's always going to be difficult. So he doesn't just have to win 7 rounds out of the 12. He's got to probably win about 10 of them just to get a draw. Okay, so it's going to be an uphill battle for Billy Joe, and he's going to have to be on point. Now, of course, Billy Joe, he's got Ben Davison in his corner, along with Jimmy Tibbs coming back into the frame as well, which is fantastic. I'm very pleased about that one. Now, this fight on May the 2nd in Las Vegas, of course, this is going to be a mega fight, isn't it? And you can guarantee it's going to be pay-per-view, and to be honest with you, I have no problem paying pay-per-view for this one, even though it's outside of the UK. Don't get me wrong, I still stand by any kind of fight that's not inside the UK, or at least within our time zones, we shouldn't have to pay pay-per-view. So I do stand by that, but I'm not going to be hating on the fact that it's going to be a pay-per-view fight. Now, this fight is going to be officially announced this week. First of all, big up to Billy Joe Saunders for accepting the fight. Hopefully there's going to be no Canelo weight clause in there. If Billy Joe weighs a certain amount of weight on fight night, he gets fined and all this kind of... No, I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to hear nothing about favoritisms and this, that and the other. Both fighters weigh whatever you're going to weigh on fight night. No Canelo weight, please. But Billy Joe, this is his opportunity to show that he is about that stuff. He said that he can beat Canelo. In fact, he says that he will put an absolute schooling on Canelo a couple of years ago. So let's see if he can. But of course, this will show you why Billy Joe Saunders left Frank Warren in favour of Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn can get the big fights. I'm not saying Frank Warren can't get the big fights, but it does seem that the likes of Golden Boy and what have you are more favourable towards an Eddie Hearn fighter, for whatever reason that may be. But of course, with Golden Boy and Matchroom both being on DAZN, it's probably a bit easier fight to make. And of course, DAZN will, of course, pay Billy Joe Saunders very, very well. Now, no idea what the split is, no idea what the terms are, but as I said, 95% complete. That will tell you that the fight is pretty much on now. It's just the finer details. But what those finer details are, absolutely no idea whatsoever. But listen, I'm very happy about this fight. Of course, I hope Billy Joe Saunders gets to win. But as I said before, he's really going to have to put on a masterclass. He's going to have to make Canelo look silly. So there's no way in hell that a judge can give that fight to Canelo without having to be investigated after. Because for me, I think that's a Canelo. Listen, he's a fantastic fighter. You can put Canelo pound for pound #1 or top 3 or top 5, however you want to put it. But he's definitely a top pound for pound fighter. But I think that there always does seems to be a rogue judge somewhere within that kind of fight night, for whatever reason it may be. Anyway, we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it, but can Billy Joe ride the storm for 12 rounds? Can he absolutely dominate Canelo? Because that's what he's going to have to do. He really is. And as I said before, with Ben Davison in his corner, who, as you've seen recently on BT Sport, when he's been breaking down the Wilder Fury rematch, he's very, very technical minded, so he can see certain things. And of course, with Jimmy Tibbs, the experience that he has, and of course, going back with Billy Joe Saunders, which I absolutely love, I'm actually going to favour Billy Joe Saunders to get the win in this fight, but I wouldn't favour him to get the decision, if that makes sense. Anyway, drop your thoughts below about it, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all on the next video.